everyone, and this is Sarah Quinn. I'm the Vice President of Connect Media, and I'm joined today for an ESG Intelligence conversation brought to you by EBI. DiTizio, Associate Director of ESG Client Services, join us today, and we're going to be talking a little bit about ESG in the commercial real estate space. ESG has become this key talking point on everything that's been happening over the last 2 years, and it's really become a key talking point in the conversation around risk management. What should commercial property owners be paying attention to as it comes to ESG?
Well, Sarah, I can help answer that. The first question to introduce with commercial property owners and managers is what step of the ESG process are they in, and what is the motivating factor for them pursuing the ESG journey, as we call it. The first areas where we're able to discuss, where EBI can help and where the focus typically needs to be on is, benchmarking, if they haven't already started the process, benchmarking where their company and their portfolios are performing in terms of ESG. And then the typical next step in this process is to focus on areas of improvement, typically pertaining to energy efficiency, reduction of carbon emissions, and that's portfolio wide, as well as identifying physical risks due to climate change. And again, that falls in step with the benchmarking of where the portfolio, where the company is today. And of course, to then identify the best, most cost-effective way to move forward throughout this process of the ESG reporting.
So those are all things that you lay out at the very beginning. Are you looking for quick wins as you're putting together an ESG program? And are you looking for immediate ROI? Or do you feel like you're putting together a program that's a little bit more holistic and knowing that it's something that you're going to be working with your clients on for a long term?
So, ESG is a very complex topic, right? There's a million different factors that are pulled in to report and, of course, improve upon with ESG. So in terms of return on investment and, what we call low-hanging fruit, where the clients are looking to improve, that is typically where we begin. We want to make ESG not only work for the clients, but also work for their existing business model. We want there to be a focus on the services and products that can give them an improved, NOI, net operating income, or of course, improve the resiliency and efficiency of their assets. So we typically will key in where EBI is best known for, which is our engineering capabilities and environmental capabilities, and identify the best, what I would say the best areas to improve them in ESG world, as well as help improve their business structure and model.
What's the client takeaway as you're explaining whether there's going to be a return or not? What's the takeaway from that first meeting? How's everyone feeling?
Well, fortunately for us, we come from a company with over 30 years of, commercial real estate engineering and environmental services. Therefore, we know very well the services that do result in payback and return on investment that we would recommend to pursue first and foremost. And that conversation is typically an easygoing one because we are helping the clients in two ways at the same time. If they're an ESG reporting client, they need to do these services eventually. And by bringing to attention those services at the onset, we're able to, of course, improve how they're already operating, give them an immediate benefit to their operations and their business model, as well as starting this process and taking on the bigger initiatives at the same time to get them improving with their ESG performance. So with our business sense and our company background and experience, we are able to offer the best of both worlds kind of thing, because we've seen the opposite where, ESG centric consultants or ESG reporting firms, which don't have the capabilities that EBI has, the technical capabilities in-house, will be looking at the ESG journey or process through a different lens than we do. We understand our clients, we understand real estate, and we understand how to best proceed in this ESG world.
The ESG conversation right now is really focused around those who are mandated by the SEC and are big institutional owners. What kind of ESG advice would you give to smaller commercial owners or those who are not necessarily in our, CBD Class A offices, thinking about retail, multifamily, industrial? How can you be proactive with ESG there?
What I can do to just kind of synthesize that is we look at ESG for those mid-market or mid-sized firms as two motivators for them to pursue an ESG reporting or ESG journey, right? One is to attract additional equity. A lot of the larger institution or pension funds actually have ESG requirements. So if that's a concern or if that's a motivating factor to attract that equity, ESG needs to be in your company's model. On the flip side, ESG, as we've talked about, is a forcing mechanism in a sense to have you look at a different way to operate, right? It requires you to do these services that we've been talking about for a while in this conversation, but also as a company that benefit your business model, that directly benefit your operations, your cash flow, your resiliency. They impact you in a positive way, even though they are mandated by pursuing ESG reporting, right? So there's two sides to it. It's that we want to do it because we want to attract more money or have to do it. Or the second side is we want to do it because we understand the peripheral benefits that are direct to our bottom line by pursuing ESG.
Great. This was really enlightening, and hopefully our audience will be able to get in touch with you guys and start this ESG conversation. Thanks for joining us.